Hi, everyone. Mike White here, and welcome to this week's blog post. We're moving forward as the country comes out of the coronavirus lockdown and as different parts of the country begin to move at different rates of speed. I thought it was really important that we have a little bit of a conversation about how all of us look at this and how we go toward normal. And I think it becomes just as important in this case to be that local expert, that hyper local professional, being aware of what's going on in your own community, because it is so different around the country as to what people can do, what they can't do, especially when it comes to gatherings and personal interactions. So we're seeing this movement, and it really is important uh, for us in a highly social business, or at least I hope for all of you, it is a highly social business, that you're still connecting and contacting your people to gauge their participation rates. And something I've been sharing with my clients this week is to think about, life before coronavirus on a scale of 0 to 100, 100 being quote unquote normal. Um, where do you feel you are now? And more importantly, as you're having your conversations with your clients and with your referral partners and those professionals in your area, begin having that conversation about where you think you are and where you think the community is, because different people are going to be moving at different rates of speed. We've seen that there are some people who the shutdown meant very little to them. They were deemed essential workers, and much of their life didn't change. There were other people that this impacted, to the extreme, and how they react to it. There are some people out there, again, who are, okay, we're ready to go. And there are other people out there who are going to be a while before they engage in the system and feel comfortable going through. But it is important to wrap your mind around the fact that this has affected, just like it's affected the different states and the different counties differently, just as it's affected different age groups differently. The reaction to it is going to affect people that differently. And all I ask for you to do is to be very non-judgmental in the assessment that you do when you're talking to your people, because everyone has their reasons for their belief systems. Everybody has their level of comfort as to what's going on. And I think it's really important that you remember this, because that personal interaction, you never want to ruin a relationship. You never want to put yourself in a position where you interject as a professional into people's lives a view that they may not share at that moment, or if ever. And so that's an important thing. The other thing to realize, and I don't know if a lot of mortgage professionals, and I also know that also a lot of realtors don't recognize how strong the housing market is, how strong the activity levels have been. And if you just think back, if I would have told you a few months ago that we were going to have this nationwide, in fact, global shutdown, that we'd be looking at a time where, purchase loan applications were up more than 9% over this time last year, you'd probably scratch your head and wonder, what's going on. And I think a lot of that purchase activity is coming from things that we've discussed in the past. We all have known these things. I've pointed them out repeatedly, but a lot of these things are coming to the front, that there is still genuine interest in home ownership. There's still genuine interest in people selling houses and buying new ones. We've talked about all of the different conversations about how coronavirus has impacted people staying at home, and the strategies to deal with that. But also understand that in this volume of activity, better than 60% of all the volume is still refinances. So there are people who now are coming to the table refinancing that were unprepared to do it before. And it may be because they're more comfortable with the future. They may be more comfortable with their job, or they've reduced or lost the fear of being laid off or becoming ill, or whatever the reason. So it's really important that you're aware of this, but more importantly, it's important for you to be speaking clearly to your referral partners and help provide the very strategies that we've spoken about over this time, because that's where my clients are seeing a huge benefit. There are accountants and financial planners and attorneys and insurance professionals out there who also need your help and strategies on how to deal with what's going on and why. Let's be honest, there were a lot of people that were out there who lost a significant amount of value in their savings or their investment withholdings when the stock market went from 32,000 down to 19,000, and it is rebounding, but a lot of those people are not all the way back to where they are and may not be for quite some time. That simple impact may change the game for a lot of people. I've noticed here in Florida, less and less people are thinking about buying houses cash. More and more people are seeing the benefit in leaving their money invested and riding the rebound back and taking a mortgage on a property where they can get it at 2 or 3% and use that so that they're not, they have a chance to rebound. So those conversations are important, and they're more important than ever to have with your realtor referral partners, your accountants, your financial planners, your attorneys, along with all the other things that we've talked about, all the other whys that I have felt that coming out of this pandemic, that we were going to see a significantly robust series of opportunities between now and the end of 2020 and well into 2021. So I really think it's important that you understand how we got there. Understand that those of you who are setting records and having great months or working with companies that are having great months, considering that a lot of the social activities have been removed, that you remember what it was that survived or helped you survive in this process. And that was mainly picking up the phone and speaking to your people and staying connected, using social media, creating videos, sharing common experiences. And that has rewarded many people with significant results. And that's not about the change. So pay attention to your market and your people and the process that everyone is going through. There's going to be a lot of opportunity out there. There's also going to be a lot for you to do to help you and your team and your referral partners and your clients as we come out of this and prepare for whatever's next and the new normal or the old normal or the combination of normals as we roll out, because it is going to be important that this shared experience that everybody keeps talking about, that you pay attention on the national level as to what is happening, obviously, but really breaking down how what's happening at a national level filters through your state, your company, and your process. And I guarantee you, if you do that, if you stay connected, if you keep being committed to communicating with your clients and your referral partners, you're going to get your lion's share of those opportunities, because as I've stated before, my belief is there are significant opportunities out there now. People are setting records for loan volume and units, and it's really important that you understand that it's going to likely get much more busy before it calms down, and using the strategies that we've discussed so that you can stay in front of that and get in front of those opportunities is going to be significant. So as always, you can reach out to us. It's Mike at imtcoaching.com. I thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you again next week. Take care.